Okay, the Truth's top 10 LR list. I think I personally might have some controversial takes here. For the most part, I will say I do usually tend to agree with a lot of what the Truth says. I mean, the guy plays the game 24/7, literally. While he's sleeping, he plays the game. Like, he's link leveling. So, most of the time, I end up agreeing with what he says. But there's a few things that I disagree on. I'll start with the more controversial one. Actually, before I start, what I'm gonna say is, if you, by the way, this will be the subscriber challenge, and the challenge is, if you are of the opinion that LR, Trunks and Vegeta are the number one unit in this game, then you have failed this challenge and you have to subscribe. I'm not saying you're wrong, you might be right, but what I'm saying is you failed the challenge and you have been caught lacking, which means that you have to subscribe, and that is the challenge. That is the challenge of this video. Okay, so, I'll start with the more controversial one. My first take on this list is that what I would do is, I would take Janemba off this list. I would put him at number 11, okay? And the reason for that is because I would move Zamasu one down, I would move Goku and Vegeta one down, I would move Cooler one down, the physical one, the one right here, and in replace at 7, I would bring the Super Saiyan 4s down. The Super Saiyan 4s I would bring down to 7, and I would keep the LR gods at number 4. Okay? And the argument that the Truth makes in terms of why he puts them together, as in the 7-year anniversary units, is that they have pretty much the same kit. And at first glance, that is a fair argument, it really is. But I think what's an even better argument is that the LR gods have better partners, which make them a better unit. I mean, it's as simple as that, really. Like, partners does matter, because that determines a lot of the usability. And I'm not saying the Super Saiyan 4s are not usable. Clearly they are. They're number 7 in the entire game of LRs. So, I mean, they are really good. But I'm afraid that I do think the LR gods are comfortably better. Not to mention that they even have the better team. They've got better partners and they've got a better team, like their leader skill, as in movie heroes. And it's about to get even better with the Piccolo and the Gohan coming up. So, I mean, I think the gods are comfortably better than the Super Saiyan 4s at this point. So I would put the Super Saiyan 4s at 7, and I would keep the gods at 4. This Goku, the STR new Goku, the Carnival Goku right here, I would actually probably keep him at number 5. I think I would keep Frieza at number 6. One thing that I will say is that I do agree that Cooler is number 3. But one thing that the Truth does mention is that if someone says that Cooler should be number 1, the Truth thinks that, like, that's a fair thing to say. I would disagree. I think Vegeta and Trunks and Tech Goku, the Carnival Goku, are comfortably better than Cooler, in my opinion. I think these two are easily like 1 and 2. But here's the thing. My second controversial take is that I think Tech Goku is number 1 and Trunks and Vegeta are number 2. And my reasoning is literally as simple as this, but actually 2 things. Number 1, the Goku can guard in slot 1, 2 or 3. And number 2, he's got a revive. Like, when he doesn't have the guard, he's got the revive. Vegeta and Trunks don't have that revive, they don't have that option. Which is why I would put Goku at number 1 and Vegeta and Trunks at number 2. Actually, you know what, I'm thinking about it now. And at the end of the day, Trunks and Vegeta have the far better leader skill. So, actually I've changed my mind. What I would do is, I would put Trunks and Vegeta and Tech Goku both tied for number 1. That's where I will compromise. I will say Trunks and Vegeta are number 1, but I would say Tech Goku and Trunks and Vegeta are tied for number 1, which would then put Cooler at number 2, and then you can move each unit up as you want. And then actually, now that I've put them tied, that means we've got a free spot at number 10, which means Janemba can slide back in there. So actually, you know what? Fair enough. I think Janemba is number 10 then, if we're saying that these two units are tied. Because I don't think these two are tied. I don't think the 7-year anniversary units are equal. But I do think that these two are. Which means that we do have a free spot on number 10. So Janemba can slide back in. And by the way, there was one more thing that I wanted to mention, which is here. Okay, here. Now we're looking at these tiers. And what I would say is, I would move Janemba 1 down to A. And then I would move Zamasu, Goku and Vegeta and Cooler to S tier. These 3 units here, I would move to S tier. And then I would move Janemba 1 down to A tier. That's basically all I would do to change it. And actually, I would probably bring Cooler. Actually, do you know what? I think he is closer to Z tier than S plus. Do you know what? I'll give you that. The truth. I'll give you that. I'll keep Cooler in Z tier. Fair enough. But there is one more thing that I wanted to mention, which is that in A tier, I've put Janemba in A tier, and I think Janemba is very close to Goku Black and Zamasu and LR Tech Goku and Gohan. In other words, what I'm saying is I would put these 2 units in the same tier as Janemba, which is in A tier. But aside from that, I mean, for the most part, I pretty much agree with what the truth is saying. So, but there were some differences, I would say. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, do your boy a favor and leave a like, and don't forget, if you failed the subscriber challenge and if you think Trunks and Vegeta are number 1, which actually I agree with you, now that I think about it, I do agree with you that they are number 1, but you've still failed the challenge, which means that you have to subscribe if you think they are number 1. And aside from that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.